Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Digicourse. In this video, I am going to talk about Google Ads course part 2, that is how to create a search network campaign. I have also created a part 1 video which consists of introduction of a Google Ads, like basics of a Google Ads. If you guys have not watched that video, so please go through that video. I'll be mentioning in the description box so that you will be getting a clear idea about the basics of Google Ads. Sure. So let's get started now. We already know that a search network is one of the networks present in a Google Ads. Okay, so we have a search network, display network, YouTube network, shopping apps, shopping ads, and mobile app networks. So search network means ads appearing on your search engines, okay, on a Google search engines. This is what simply by using some Google Ads interface, I am going to show my ad in a Google partners, okay, Google properties. So one of the Google property is a search engine. So when you show the ads in a search engine, then that is called a search network ads. Now assume that here, like I'm just searching for a big data training, I can see the ads over here. I'm just searching for a keyword called big data training and you can find out some ads. Okay, few ads. IntelliPaths, Edureka, Cloud X Labs, Simply Learn. There are four ads, okay, on top. Okay, these are called search network ads. Your ad appears in SCRP.
Certainly. Yes.
Okay, SCRP. So, what is the bidding type of this search network?
CPC,
CPC.
So that means
cost per click.
cost per click.
Okay.
So what does it mean? I am going to pay when someone click on my ad, not when someone sees my ad. Here a big data training I searched. I have seen this ad. This guy don't pay any amount when someone sees his ad. So this guy pays amount when someone click his ad. Okay. So how exactly he is going to pay? So what exactly he is going to pay? So why he is coming on? We're gonna discuss in future sections. Okay. So as we already know, this completely Google Ads, it's like a closed bidding, right? So no one knows what others are bidding. So this guy don't know what others are bidding and this guy don't know what others are bidding. As it is a closed bidding, no one knows what others are bidding. So it would be very difficult for an advertiser to bid. How much I have to bid. Now let's say here, assume that there are four competitors A, B, C, D. So 100 is his CPC is 100 and his CPC was 50. Now tell me who will be on top?
A.
A, because we already know it works on an auction system. A person who bids high, the higher the position is. Whereas when compared to all four competitors, Google found that A competitor is going with the highest bidding. So this website is placed on top. So one, so his position will be in second position, then this position will be in third, and finally the fourth positions, like this. Okay, so now here you came to know that money, I mean the bidding plays a vital role. Okay, so a person who bids high, the higher the position is. Can you tell me how much the A has lost his amount?
70.
70. Okay, so to be on top, so he's placing his ad on top with 100 rupees. So who is the second advertiser? Like who is the second competitor? It's a B. So the what
B.
is the second competitor's bidding? It's 50. That means
50.
A can go with a 51 rupees also, he can be on top. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes or no? So instead of going with a 51 rupees, why he has gone with a 100 rupees? Why?
Because it's a closed bidding.
Because it's a closed bidding. Okay, so It's a completely a blind bidding. No one knows what others are bidding. So all these techniques we're gonna learn. So how exactly we can bid? What are the advantages of this closed bidding? All those things we're gonna learn. Okay. So let us get into the interface now. Search network will appear in your ads appear in a SCRP and your bidding type is CPC. And tell me what is the format of this ad? It's a
Text ad.
text format, right? And we already know the account structure of these Google Ads. First thing is to have an account. So creating a Gmail account. Sorry, opening an account with a Gmail ID, and then creating a campaigns. And the next is to have an ad groups. The next is to insert the keywords. And the next is to create an ads. Right. So before getting into the interface of a Google Ads, let us do some paperwork, like on which business, for which business you are going to perform this search network. So how we can create a campaign. So different locations and different address. So first of all, let us do some paperwork and get into the interface and we'll do it. Okay. So I am going to create an account. First thing is to create an account. Okay. So the next thing is creating a campaign. So now I'm going to perform this search network for Digicourse.in, okay, for a digital marketing training website. So I would like to create a two campaigns. One is for Hyderabad and one is for Bangalore. Two campaigns, Hyderabad and Bangalore. And I would like to create two ad groups under each and every campaign. So this ad group is all about SEO. This ad group is all about SMO. And this ad group is all about SEO. And this ad group is all about SMO. Okay, so now I have decided to use this ad group as a SEO and SMO under each and every campaign. The next level we already know, that is a keyword level. So keyword level in the sense we are going to insert what all the keywords, for what all the keyword that you would like to trigger your ads. So you are just going to mention those keywords. So let's say I would like to show my ad for SEO training in Hyderabad. And SEO tutorial in Hyderabad. So actually, before deciding your keywords, first of all, you have to do a proper keyword research. So do we know how to do a proper keyword research? In SEO, we have seen, right? So by doing some brainstorming, by using some tools, we can find out the best performing keywords for your business. Okay, so but here, initially, let us go with the basic steps. In the later section, I will be explaining you how exactly you can do a proper keyword research for these advertisements. Okay, so advertisement keywords will be like a bit different from your organic keywords. So I will tell you the difference by using some tools. So as of now, let us not go in depth. So let us go with the basic steps. So here by just doing some brainstorming, I have listed out few keywords, that is SEO training in Hyderabad and SEO tutorial in Hyderabad. Then here comes SMO training in Hyderabad and SMO tutorial in Hyderabad. Okay, so So I just listed out some keywords under each and every ad group. So assume that the same keywords I'll be inserting this under this ad group. Okay, so final step is to create an ad. So I will be creating a one ad under each and every ad group. Okay, so one ad, one ad, one ad, one ad. Okay, so now tell me the count actually. So how many accounts I can create under each and every Gmail ID? So with every Gmail ID, I can create a 20 Google
20.
Ad accounts. Okay. Next. So how many campaigns I can create under every account?
10,000.
10,000 campaigns I can create. And how many ad groups I can create for every campaign? So
20,000.
20,000 ad groups I can create. So how many keywords I can insert maximum?
20.
20 keywords maximum. And how many ads I can create under each and every ad group? So
50.
it's a 50 ads. Okay. So here this is just a paperwork I just finished with. So that means simply I'm just getting an idea what exactly I have to go through. So this is just I have done. Now let us get into the interface. Guys, I'm getting some disturbance. Okay. So now search for a Google Ads like this. Can you see? On top, you can see ads.google.com. Ads.google.com. If you can see this this ads is a subdomain of a Google. Okay. Do we know about the subdomains? Subdomains
Yes.
are just a child domains of a particular parent domain. So here Google is a parent domain and here ads. So in such a way, Google have a lot of subdomains and this we call it as a platforms. Now if you can see the Google search console, search.google.com it will be. Now that was like a domain, subdomain. So in future you will be seeing Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics. Those are a Google platforms only that can be that have created with the subdomains. Okay, now this is the subdomain. Now, so you can sign in or you can click on get started. So let us click on get started. If you are a beginner, you can just sign in, like if you have already an account, you can just sign in, or if you are a beginner, you can just click on get started. Okay, it is redirecting to my own Gmail ID. Okay, let me add a one Gmail account. So you can switch to Google account. Here I have already a 4 accounts. If you can see with this Gmail ID, I have already 4 accounts. Okay, so like this, you can have up to 20 Google Ads account with a one Gmail ID. Okay, so if you want to create a one more, so click this new ads account. Okay, so here I would like to explain you two things. One is Google Ads Express and one more is Google Ads. Okay, so we know already what is meant by Google Ads. Let me just explain you about Google Ads Express. Now assume that Seema is there. Okay, Seema has a one flower bouquet shop. Okay, she has some ladies emporium shop, but she do have a one website, but she don't have any knowledge about this Google Ads, but she also want to run ads, and she don't want to take a training just to run an advertisements. So she on her own self, she has to run she wants to run ads. So at the time she can take a help of this Google Ads Express. So whereas Google will help her, that means if she can just give some amount to the Google will decide where exactly it has to show, and Google itself only create the advertisements for Seema and it will show the ads. She no need to do anything on her own manually. Everything is automated by a Google. Okay, whereas and she won't be able to have a right to control the ads, like so where she wants to show up and how much the budget she want to put. So she won't be able to control all those things, whereas as it is a completely automated, and it is I'm giving you control to a Google, so Google will not listen to you once you give a control to it. Okay, so that is what Google Ads Express. Google Ads Express is used by a person who don't know anything about Google Ads, whereas Google Ads is done by a person who have a minimal knowledge about this Google Ads. Now I am here. So yesterday I have taught you few things, that is we have some network, this is like account structure, and this is the advantages, that you know something about this Google Ads. You are not completely a blank, right? So you know what is this Google Ads and how it works. So at least a minimum things you know. At the time you can choose this Google Ads. Google Ads is basically known as a manual platform where I can create the advertisements, so you no need to give a control to a Google so to create everything you can decide yourself. So I want to show here, I don't want to show here, this is my budget, you have to take only this. So everything you can manually maintain. So now tell me, which option I have to choose, Google Ads Express or Google Ads? Which one should I go with?
Google Ads.
Google Ads only, right? So now see here, if you choose any one of these three options, get more calls, get more visits, and get more website sales. If you click on any one of these results, you will be redirected to a Google Ads Express. Okay, see here the URL also. Don't choose this any one of these options. Why? Because if you enter into this Google Ads Express, you can't return. Okay, you can't get that back, get that account back to a Google Ads. It is not possible. So that's the reason. Be careful and choose. Scroll down. If you can scroll down, you can see option called switch to expert mode here. So now you have to click this switch to expert mode. So after choosing that expert mode, so here it is giving you few options. Select the goal that would make this campaign successful to you. These are just a goals, guys. That means what is your goal? So what you want exactly from your advertisements. That is just a goal. Okay. So now if you hover on, it will just show you, if you want to have sales, these campaign types are suitable for you. Search, display, shopping, video. If you are looking out to have some leads, search, display, shopping, these campaign types are suitable. If you are looking out to drive a traffic to your site, search, display, shopping. If you are looking out for having some brand awareness, then choose this display. So do we know about these networks or not? Have we discussed about these networks? Search, display, shopping, and you know where exactly your ad appears also. But do I need to choose this guidance again? So why? Because I have already decided to run this search network. So why I'll take this guidance? Not required. Why? Because I have already decided before entering into the interface only, I have already decided I would like to run a campaign for a search network. So I don't want to take this guidance. So you have to click this create a campaigns without a goal guidance. So click this. Next, select a campaign type. Search, display, video, app, smart. Okay, so which one should I choose now? If you click this create a campaign without a goal, it will show you the different networks that are available. Now tell me which one I have to choose. It's a search campaign type I have to choose. Right. So I just clicked on next. Select the results you want to get from this campaign. So don't choose any one of these. Why? Because I'll show you the difference of not choosing this and choosing this. Now let us not choose these three things. Okay, continue. Then give a name for your campaign now. It can be anything, guys. Based on your reference, like in future you should be able to find out which campaign it is so that you can name it as per your wish. So I'll go with I'm just naming it as a 2 p.m. batch search. And here comes the network. There are two things like search network and display network. Search network means you already know your ad will appear in a SCRP. Whereas display network means where your ad appears, it appears in websites, ads, and YouTube. Do you want to show your ad in that sites, in that partner sites? Tell me, do you want to show now itself? No. Why? Because I just want to show the ad only in SCRP as of now. I don't want to show this in the display network. So now my intention is just to show in the SCRP. So at the time, you have to uncheck this. Why? Because if you choose this, your ad will appear in a Google display partner websites like YouTube. It will appear in the YouTube. It will appear in the websites and all. I don't want to show in those places. Again, include a search partners, and we also have some Google search partners. So if you want to show the ad in those search partners, so you can show up. So why? Because I don't prefer going with the search partners because mostly 99% of our people uses this Google search engine only, no other search partners, I guess. So no need of choosing this. Why? Because if you show the ad, definitely you will be making Google to deduct some money in your account, so it will not give you any profits anyhow. Let us concentrate more on quality as of now. Okay, so that's the reason I'm just unchecking those two options here. So
Ma'am,
I don't want to show.
may I ask
Yes,
something?
yes.
Yeah,
Okay, so again there are a few more options. Click this show more settings, starting dates and end dates, like when you want to start this ad to run and when you want to stop. Okay, assume that you have created the ad today but you don't want to start running from today. Why? Because let's say the event is somewhere after 5 days. So what is the point if you run the ad from today itself? You can just run the ad before the 2 days the event starts. So at that time you can simply choose some starting dates. Today is now December 1st, so I can choose my ad to show up from December 5th, 4th, or anytime. Okay, so that you can save your money, so that you can show up exactly to those audience. Okay? If it is required, only choose it. Otherwise, it's not mandatory to choose some starting dates and end dates. No. Next, campaign URL options we're gonna see in the later sections, dynamic later sections, then ad schedule. So you can even schedule your ad. Let's say that after analyzing your ads, you came to know that yes, your ads are getting more conversions during Mondays and on especially 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So who clicked your ad on Mondays and in between 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., those people got converted. So at that time you can simply show your ad only on those days and only on those timings. See here, I want to run my ad only on Mondays, and the two between 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. or anything. It's up to you. Okay, you can just choose. Got it? This is like a scheduling. If you want, you can schedule or you can leave it. It's up to you. It's completely optional. Okay. So I'm not going to choose. Then here comes the targeting. Okay. So targeting an audience. Our first targeting is the locations we already know. It's a campaign level. Why? Because we are into a campaign. By default, your ad will show throughout India. Okay, if you want to select a particular location in India or any other location, you can just click on this, enter another location, and you can start searching for your location. So now what is the first location I thought of showing my ad in?
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. So search like this, Hyderabad. So you will be getting options. Hyderabad, Telangana, India city. Target, exclude. Okay. Now, if you click on target, you are going to show your ad throughout Hyderabad. If you click on exclude, you are not going to show your ad throughout Hyderabad. So in which location you want to show, in which location you don't want to show also, it will show you. It's up to you. So assume that again in Hyderabad, I don't want to show throughout Hyderabad. Why? Because now let's say my institute is located somewhere in Kukatpalli. Okay, assume that. but a person who is from Alwal, so he won't be able to commute it from Alwal to Kokatpalli. So at the time, so I know that he won't be able to commute it from there to here just to join my course. He will be just looking out for nearby locations, right? So this Kukatpalli is not, anyhow it's not so nearby Alwal, so definitely he won't be looking out to join my course. So at the time, so you can just target a people nearby your location who stays nearby you. Okay, so at the time you can just choose this advanced, that means based on the radius also you can target people. So click this radius and search. I'll go with the Katpalli. Katpalli, Hyderabad, Telangana. Can you see? My ad will appear 20 kilometers, so I'll just choose this 20 kilometers. So this is like a 20 kilometers. So who lives surrounding to my areas in between in 20-kilometer radius, my ad will appears to them only. So others, for them, my ad won't appear if they search for my keyword also. Okay, this is what advanced search option, you can happily use it. So I'm just going to delete this. So just for an example I have shown you. Okay, now, here I have selected a Hyderabad. Now tell me, I have a query for you guys. A person who is from Delhi, Indore, okay. If he searches for my training, like if he searches for my keyword, will my ad appears like he is searching for digital marketing training in Hyderabad. Will my ad appears for him?
Yes,
Yes.
it will appear.
And what is the point of selecting a location if my ad appears for a Delhi guy even?
The text we have given like digital course in Hyderabad, we have text no, ma'am.
Hmm. Okay.
So
Mhm.
according to that text search, I think it will display for him.
Okay, you are true, Sharanya. Why? Because my ad, if you can see, there are location options, target, people in or who shows in your targeted location. That means people who stays in my location as well as people who shows interest in my location, my ad will appears to them. Now let's say Sharanya is in Hyderabad and Seema is in Delhi. Okay, so my ad will appear in for Sharanya as well as Seema if he searches for my location. If Seema doesn't searches with my location, at the time my ad won't appear. So if she is showing some information, like if she is showing some interest in my location, at the time my ad will appear. So why? Because of this first option. So at the time, let's say I can't guarantee that a person who is searching from Delhi will be joining my course. I don't think so. Yes, of course it happens, but rare cases. I don't think so. At the time, if you don't want to waste your clicks by showing the ad for a unrelevant location, you can happily choose this option, second option. People in or regularly in your targeted location. That means my ad will appear only for Sharanya, not for Seema, even though she searches for my location. Okay, got it? Clear now, everyone.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So you can just make sure that you choose the location option very particularly. Why? Because your complete ad will depends on the location. Okay, right. So then language, obviously it has to be in English. Then audience, you don't need to choose an audience. Here this search network basically works on keyword. Then budget. Enter the average you want to spend each day. Here, there is a beautiful option with the Google Ads, that is, we can restrict a Google that, hey, you can spend only so and so amount per day. That's it. You cannot exceed this amount. So that I can restrict a Google now. Let's say if it is like a 3,000 rupees, I'm telling to Google in such a way that, hey, you can spend only 3,000 today. That's it. Not more than 3,000. So is it good then? Yes or no? So if we don't have this option of restricting a Google, so Google can take anything, 1 lakh rupees or 2 lakhs rupees, 10 lakh rupees also it can take based on the amount I have in the account. Let's say that you have given your credit card and you have given your credit card details in the account level, and your credit card does have some 3 lakhs in it. You didn't mention the average amount that you want to spend each day. So at that time, what Google has to think now? You are not restricting your Google to use particular amount. So at that time, it will take as much as it want and it will continuously show your ad, and it doesn't care whether you are getting some clicks or not. Got it? So that's the reason. Make sure that you use some daily budget. It's a 3,000 according to my plan. Like I'm just going with the 3,000. It's up to you based on your client and based on your business. You can go with some price.
How you decide
Okay.
daily budget, madam?
Sorry, daily
How
budget is depends on your capability, Naveen. That's it. Okay. So like
Okay.
after running ads, so that you will get to know that how many clicks you got, how many impressions you got. So after seeing that analysis, so whether these clicks are sufficient for you. So in these clicks, are you getting any conversion? If you are okay with that clicks and impressions, so fine, you can go with the daily budget as usual. If not, you can change your bidding also. It's up to you. So it's
Okay.
completely depends on your capability, like how much your client capable of paying per day. Okay. Yeah. So the next is bidding. This is what a bidding type, bidding strategy. That means when you gonna pay. Daily budget means it's like 3,000. So when you gonna pay, when you are going to pay, there are two types of bidding strategy.
When anyone clicks,
When anyone click on your ad, you are going to pay. So that is what CPC, right? So here you have to remember two things. I have a two types of CPCs, that is max CPC and manual CPC. I'll tell you the difference between two CPCs, two bidding strategies. Then you can decide which CPC you want to choose. Manual CPC means so you know who will be on top, and tell me, I choose to this manual CPC as my bidding strategy, and A's bidding is 100, B's 50, C's 40, and D's 30. And Google displays this A advertiser on top, A advertisement on top. So how much Google will deduct per click?
Right.
100 rupees, right? So that is what manual CPC. Manual CPC means whatever the bidding per click you gave, Google will take that only. According to that, now here this B advertiser also has gone with a 50 rupees, and this is also like a manual CPC. Google will take that 50 rupees only. So Google will not have a control over bidding if you go with a manual CPC. Whatever the bidding you give per click, so it will take that only. So based on your bidding, and it will compare to the competitors, and if your bidding is somewhere else very cheap when compared to the competitor, your website, I mean your ad will be somewhere else at the bottom. If your bidding is very high when compared to other competitors, then your website, your ad will be on top. So Google will not decide your positions. Okay, so you only going to decide your positions with your manual CPC. Now let's say, yes, of course, A is going with the 100 rupees and it is very fine, and it is being on top 100 rupees. But here it is losing a budget, right? 50, approximately 49 rupees it is missing, losing, right? So at that time, it's a drawback for us. Yes, you have a client and you have chosen some manual CPC always just to be on top, and you are losing a lot of amount like this, and next time no client will believe in you if you do like this. So why? Because Google will go on deduct money, and you are ending up with no conversions again. No, this is like a manual CPC. Manual CPC means manually whatever the bid you enter per click, Google will take that only. According to it will decide the positions. If it is very high when compared to the competitor, you will be on top. If it is like very cheap when compared to other competitor, you will be somewhere else at the bottom. Okay, so now to overcome this drawback, max CPC have come. Now let's say a advertiser have gone with a max CPC like 100 rupees. That means at most maximum I would like to pay 100 rupees per click. That's it. You should not exceed more than this 100 rupees. But you can take anything below this 100 rupees. Okay, you can take 49, you can take 50, you can take 99. It's up to you. Okay, but you should not take more than 100 rupees. Now tell me, if a advertiser have gone with a max CPC like 100 rupees, how much Google will deduct from a account? 51 rupees it will take. Why? Because it's a max CPC. It can take anything below 100 rupees. So whereas other competitors are going with a 60, 70, 80 and all, so it will take the second competitor bidding and it will take extra 1 rupee from my account. Okay, and it will places my ad on. Clear? So it will not take 100 rupees. Now assume that this B's bidding was like 200 rupees. Tell me how much Google will deduct from A's account?
101.
How it will take 101? If its maximum CPC was like just 100 rupees, that means I am restricting a Google not to take more than 100 rupees, but anything below 100 rupees.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so now Google
I
will
have
not take more than 100 rupees. It will take just 100 rupees. Okay,
okay.
so how much it will take from B's account? It will take
Uh, 101.
101. Why? Because its maximum CPC is like 200.
Okay.
It will take a 1 rupee extra from 1 rupee extra from you when it compares to your second competitor.
Okay, okay.
Clear now? Now these are the two bidding strategies you have for search network. You can choose any one of these bidding strategies. So click this, select a bidding strategy directly. Okay, so here can you see maximize clicks and manual CPC. Now tell me which bidding strategy will be like good to use, max CPC or manual CPC?
Maximize clicks.
Maximize clicks. Okay, and you have to set up a cost per limit. So how much you want to spend, like
100
the
rupees.
maximum you want to spend. It's up to you again. So how to exactly analyze the CPC, that we're gonna use analyze with some tools. So I'm not going in depth how to analyze that all. Let us go with the basic things. So just go with whatever the CPC you want. So show more settings here. Conversions not going to discuss now. Ad rotation. So ad rotation means you can do some split test over here. This is like beautiful options with the Google Ads. Okay, now how many ads I can create under every ad group? Tell me guys.
50.
How many ads? 50 ads I can create under one ad group. So assume that I have a one ad group called SEO. Under SEO I have created a three ads like this. Three ads like this. So now when Naveen searches, Google will show my first ad. When Seema searches, Google will show second ad. When Saurav searches, Google will show my third ad. So for three different people, three different ad it is going to show under SEO ad. So whereas it will show, it will rotate the ads and it will show the ad which is performing well continuously. So now out of three ads, Google will decide which ad is performing well, in the sense which ad is getting more clicks, which ad is getting more interactions. And that ad is going to show continuously for every user who searches for a particular keyword. Okay, that is what simply ad rotation. If an interviewer asks you, tell him that ad rotation means simply showing the best performing ad. That you are not going to decide which is best performing ad. Google will decide the best performing ad and it will places the best performing ad on top every time whenever someone searches. Okay, so next, these extensions also not going to discuss now. Finally, done. See, this is what campaign level. Campaign level means I'm just going to give a name for my campaign and choose the networks. And if you want, you can choose some starting dates and end dates. You can even choose some schedules, like you can even schedule your ad. And the main thing is like location. I have choose the location and languages, then daily budget, then bidding type, then add rotation. So finally, click this, save and continue. Okay, so now I'm done with the account level and I'm also done with the campaign level. So next thing is add group level. Okay, give a name for your ad group. Can be again anything. Want to trigger your ads. So let us. So this is ad group, SEO ad group. I'll name it as SEO. Let me insert a keywords. SEO training in ad. Bo, sound again. Oh, course. Hyderabad. Oh, so here all the relevant keywords for that ad group I have inserted. Okay, SEO ad group and keywords. Next, if you want to create a one more ad group, you can just click this. Now, what is my another ad group? I'll go with digital marketing, keywords. So I'm just mm, coaching, course. Okay, so I have tried giving some keywords under this ad group. So in such a way, how many keywords I can insert under every ad group? 20. And how many ad groups I can create like this? 50. Ad groups, ad groups.
Ad groups 10,
20,000
20,000.
ad groups.
20,000.
Okay. So now like SEO ad group, digital marketing ad group, you can create a 20,000 ad group. So how many ad groups I have created now?
2.
Two. Under each and every ad group, I have inserted few keywords. 4 keywords and 3 keywords. Okay, so this is what simply the ad group means. So ad group means just defining the service or a product and giving the keywords here. Save and continue. Then done with the campaign, ad group. Final step is to create an ad. Okay. So now I'm going to create ad. Can you see? This is a SEO ad group and these are the keywords and this is an ad level. Okay, now I'm going to give an ad. Give some final URL. Final URL means when someone click on your ad, where you want them to redirect, or landing page simply. Okay, so this is what URL, the final URL you have to give. Let us give some final URL. The next, display URL. Okay, observe carefully the preview of my ad. Digicourse.in. This is the final URL. Can you see my preview here? So SEO slash training. So does it seems like a URL or not?
Yes.
Yes, but when I click that, where I'll redirect to?
You will be redirected to homepage of digital
Digicourse.in, right? So do we have any separate page of SEO training in my page? Am I going there if I click there?
No.
No. This is just a dummy kind of thing, okay? So if you don't give anything also, no issues. Just this is just for appearance, that's it. You can give anything, it's up to you. Okay, so here comes the headline. So you need to give a headlines. It is giving you some ideas based on your website. Digital marketing training, learn and earn certification, earn money online. Mm, okay, so here you can write as many headlines as you want. Going with a four. If you have a time and if you want to create a very beautiful, you can still give some headlines. So, are you observing the preview, guys? Are you guys observing the preview? Is it
Yes.
changing?
Yeah.
So it is showing 10 global certifications, earn money online, digital marketing. So later on it will change. So it is automatically taking some headlines that you give and it will show in a SCRP. Okay. So finally it will decide which, which ad is performing well, which headline is performing well. And if you still want to add a few more headlines, you can add. So I'm just going to add some description now. This is like, oh, here it is. Video. Yeah. So here, this is one of the topmost interview questions. What is the character limit of a headlines? So it's a 30. And what is the character limit of a description? It's a 90. Okay. You can just have some headlines and descriptions. And finally, you click on done. Okay. If you want, you can edit anytime. That's fine. Click on done. Now this is one ad I have created. Again, in this ad group, I have to create a one more ad now. So let me create that also. Okay, so I'm just giving this headlines and write some description. So this is how your ad appears on mobile phone and on desktop. Okay, so you can see if you want to edit anytime, you can just edit it. Okay, fine, and then click on done. Okay, so how many ads I have created now? One ad under each and every ad. Go to Adgroups. Save and continue. So confirm payment info now. Give your payment information. So give your country, timing zone. Okay. So this country and timing zone, when you create an account, it will show you like I have already an account with this wedding shot, your wedding shot Gmail ID, right? That's the reason it is not showing me. But when you create an account, so at that time it will ask you why, because for me at the beginning only it have asked me. So I just gave those and it is showing me only that things, and those three things you cannot change it later. Do remember your country zone and your country and timing zone. And then payment profiles, give your payment details like name and all. The next here comes payment method. You can choose net banking, Google Pay, money transfer, credit cards, or you can use some wallet also, no issues. And here comes manual payments, and here you have to mention how much you want to put a budget. So my total amount was like 10,000 rupees. Okay, assume that. Tell me how many days my ad will run. How many days my ad will run?
3 days.
My 3 days. Why? Because my daily budget was 3,000 rupees. Okay. So again, I'll tell you one more trick over here. Okay. If you give a 3,000 rupees as your daily budget, Google will not take a 3,000 exactly from your account. So based on a particular day searches, let's say today you got a more searches, and many people are searching for your relevant keywords. So today it will take a more daily budget from your, like, more than 3,000. So again, any other day if you are getting a less clicks, and if like not many people are searching for that at the day, so it will take a less amount from you. That means overall it will manage your total budget. Okay, this amount it will manage, it will not exceed more than this 1,000. But your daily budget will not be constant, it can take 20% higher, or it can take a 20% lesser also, based on a particular day searches. This is also one of the topmost interview question. Let's say how your daily budget works, like how Google considers this daily budget means. Tell them that daily budget is like, again, it's not constant that it is going to spend only the amount which I have mentioned. No, it may take 20% higher, or it may take a 20% lower when compared to on a particular day searches. Okay, so now you choose a net banking. I'll show you one trick over here. Why? Because you need to learn lot of advanced things. Now only I don't want you guys to run ads. Let us finish all the advanced things over here, then you can start running ads. So choose a net banking option over here. Don't choose any one of these payment, because if you choose any one of these payments, definitely you have to give a details. So choose a net banking initially, then submit. Setting up a billing. Complete this transaction. Don't click on continue, just close it. Congrats, you're all done. So I'm successfully done with an account, campaigns, ad groups, and ads. Explore your campaign. Now, did I give any amount? Like, did I give any my payment details? No. So directly I have entered the Google Ads interface now. So explore your campaign. So this is how user interface of Google Ads looks like once you have started creating a campaigns. So if you click this campaigns, it will show you how many campaigns you have in your account. So how many campaigns I have? One campaign I have. If I click this campaign, it will show you how many ad groups I have under one campaign. So two ad groups I have. If I click that particular ad group, it will show me the keywords also. So how many keywords I have used and what are those keywords also. Okay. If you want to edit anytime, you can directly click this edit and you can start editing the and you can start editing that particular item. Got it? Right. So if you want to see the ads, you can see. So can you see? This is my ad. If you want to create a one more ad, you can directly click over here and you can start running ad. So you can start creating an ad. So finally, this is how we create a search network campaign using a Google Ads interface. Hope you got a clear idea about this search network. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.